Once again, a warm welcome to you all. Satya here. So this full stack Power BI course, right, is not only designed for associates, those looking for domain change, but also help the Power BI or those of you already working as a data analytics professional. If you want to take your career to the next level, this course will definitely help you. So because in this course, right, this course is basically an hands-on project-based course. In the new batch also, right, we try to include some new projects. So you will put your Power BI skill sets, whatever you learn it as part of this training program, to test and apply whatever you have learned to some of the toughest real-world business intelligence use cases. Okay. So, all right, before we get started, just a quick intro about me, because a couple of you are quite new unto me, right? So I'm Satya, I'll be your trainer, and I carry close to 15 and a half years of experience. And currently I employed as a lead data scientist and business intelligence consultant for a leading US-based retail company with a development facility in Bangalore. So during my stint with various engagements, I got an opportunity to work in a lot of industries, including retail, healthcare, and banking, and also got an opportunity to involve in the complete life cycle of uh, the business intelligence data science projects. So that is pretty much about me. So let's take a quick peek into the course. So in this course, we are planning to cover the suite of skill sets, so that if you build multiple skill sets relevant to data analytics, and right, so it will be good. You can market your profile quickly. If you learn only the Power BI, and if you try to sell your profile, it's very difficult, believe me or not. So the expectations are completely changed, because in the past I worked with the TCS, and my client was Walmart. And apart from my day-to-day task, whatever I supposed to complete with Walmart, I had to support the management internally, TCS management internally, to anchor many business, this one, the pre-sales related activities. Okay. So as part of that, while we present our capabilities related to business intelligence and artificial intelligence to various US customers, we got to know from them that they are posing a lot of challenges related to their current environments, because of which they wanted to set up a robust, sophisticated, integrated, interactive reporting environment, a dashboard environment they want to set up. So we help many customers to solve various complex problems. Okay. And the expectations, because when we had a discussion with different customers, we got to know that they are using a gamut of skill sets. Power BI, they are using it, and also they are using, take for example Walmart and Target, right? They are using Power BI. They are using, in some locations they are using Excel, and some places they are using Tableau, and some places they are using Power BI, the Python Pandas. Likewise, they are using the different technologies across their different office locations in US and other part of the world. Okay. So the thing is, right, so let's say if you work in any specific project, if that project gets over, it doesn't mean you are completely off the hook, and they will expect you to work in some other projects. Okay. And also, very well, nowadays everything is on cloud. Even the SQL server, Microsoft SQL server, is available on cloud, and Azure cloud, they are using it, and they are using AWS cloud also for a couple of other applications. Okay. And even for Google platform, they are using it for, because bigger companies across the locations, right? So different the expectations and the applications are different. So the cloud part is also very much important. So we'll touch upon, at the end of the session, we'll touch upon the Azure cloud, and we'll focus more on the Power BI. Okay. The basic, intermediate, advanced level will be covered. Plus Microsoft SQL server, the basic, intermediate, advanced level also will be covered, because nowadays we are getting the data from a variety of or heterogeneous source systems. And if you say Power BI, the BI stands for business intelligence. Okay, the Power BI is one of the tools that falls under business intelligence. Okay, and even for the business intelligence, if you say business intelligence, right? So definitely data warehousing will be there. Some customers, they have data mart. In addition to data warehouse, they have data mart. So data warehouse, that is where they store all historical data. That we use the data warehouse as a source to get the data and load into either your Power BI desktop, or you have direct connectivity mode in Power BI desktop. You don't have to load the SQL server, the entire data into your Power BI desktop. Instead, you can use direct connectivity mode to connect to the source system database. The point here is Power BI is somewhere, right? So it's a reporting tool. It's a self-service business intelligence tool. Okay. So using which we are creating the report and dashboard. To create the report and dashboard, obviously you need to have the data. Without having the data, you cannot do anything. But the majority of the matured companies, right, already their reporting environments are matured, very well matured. And if you see the bigger companies, they already, they already set up everything. Everything is in place. You don't have to do any architecting. Okay, everything is already in place. Already they deployed everything in cloud. Everything is up and running. Only thing is support and the maintenance kind of projects will be working on it. Couple of my students who got placed recently in the past. Oh my God, I did not. Yeah, I shared the screen, right? Abhinay, I just shared the screen. Okay, I already shared the screen. Let me refresh it. Okay. See, I did not change my screen. Okay, I'm still in the first slide. Okay, and don't think it is freezing. Okay, it is already shared. So most of my students, the other students whom I interacted, they're all working in the support and maintenance project. Okay, and some students. Okay, what you do is you can probably, right, so you can sign out and sign in again. Okay, so that you should be able to see my screen. How about others? Others are able to see my screen, right? Let me just pass and reshare it. Can you all see my screen? Because Abhinya was not able to see my screen. Yeah, Anurag was able to see my screen. Good. So that's what. So it depends on the project that you work. For example, you got a job with Accenture or TCS or any service-based companies. They work for different customers, right? So some projects they get it from Walmart. Some project they might get it from BCBS Minnesota, or right, so healthcare and healthcare provider or something like that. Okay, so different customers, they are Costco, different customers they work for. Different customers, obviously they use different tools and different technologies, architects. But when you got a chance, or when you get a chance to work with bigger customers like Walmart, Target, Costco, or the BCBS Minnesota, right? So those kind of bigger organizations or enterprises, already they had set up everything in place. So they need us to develop new reports, and then they want us to make some changes to the existing reports or dashboards, or create additional dashboards, or if they wanted to create some reports for their new department, right? Instead of saying department, they call it as a line of business. Okay, so they do it, so the different line of business, they want to develop reports. So in that case, they come for TCS or all these software companies. They'll ask them to develop it. There is a definite start and end time for the projects, new project development projects. And for support projects, it depends on the contract. Okay, every once in a year they renew the contract. Anyway, that's a different story altogether. The point here is, if already they have, most of the customers already they have matured environments, they already define the architecture, everything is in place. Thing is, right, for example, Power BI is a Microsoft product, self-service business intelligence tool. And since they are using Microsoft product, even Microsoft themselves, they do either cross-selling, or already these people would have got the SQL Server, and SSIS and SSAS, and SSIS, SSAS, SSRS reporting service, right? They are already using it. They wanted to now migrate to Power BI. Okay, because Power BI offers a lot of features. We will take a look at it in a short while. What are the features supported with Power BI? And along with that, along with Power BI, if you know you should be knowing SQL Server also. Okay, but once you learn any one of the databases, like RDBMS, like SQL Server, Microsoft SQL, the rest of the databases, learning the other databases will not take much time. It's just a cakewalk. Okay, so anyhow, we will get started in today's session. We'll give you an overview about business intelligence, what exactly business intelligence is all about, and because if you say you're a Power BI developer, you should be knowing what is business intelligence and what is Power BI. We will take a look at this, and then we will take a look at why Power BI, why customers are running after Power BI, and why there is a demand for Power BI developers in the market. Why not Tableau or ClickSense? Why can't I learn? Instead of Power BI, can't I learn? If I learn Tableau or ClickSense, will that add value to my profile? Right. So we'll answer all your questions in a short while. And also, we will move ahead and take a look at the various components of Power BI and take a deep dive in each components. And followed by this, will help you how to install Power BI and help you how to set up Power BI Cloud Service. And a couple of you already did this one, the installation part. And those of you have not yet done, right? So a couple of you are quite new. So what I would suggest, right? That's the reason why I took it at the end. So when I start this topic, you can probably drop off from this call. Okay. This setting up Power BI Cloud Service, I wouldn't recommend you to do it now, because Power BI Cloud Service is a licensed one, but they give you 60 days trial period for the cloud service. You can go to the browser and you can sign up to their cloud service, but for that you need to have official email ID. But you don't have to do it now. The day when I tell, if you do it, that is more than sufficient. So that the moment when I start the cloud service, and that moment if you create the credentials, right, your duration will be more to work on, because the 60 days only they are giving trial period. If you start earlier, it'll get expired earlier. Okay. All right. The first thing first, what is business intelligence? Business intelligence is an umbrella term. Okay. So the as part of business intelligence, right, we are using the set of processes, technologies, and architectures using which we convert the raw data into meaningful insights. Nowadays, the data are available in different form. So those days we used to get the data only in the structured data. Nowadays we get data in the semi-structured, quasi-structured, and unstructured data also. Unstructured, I'm not going to talk now, but there is a case study around the unstructured data, which I will demonstrate as part of this training program at the later point in time. Okay. So don't worry about the unstructured data. So the data are available in the form of Excel, CSV, the flat files. Flat files are called CSV files, and JSON files and Parquet files. Nowadays, the data are available in Hadoop system also, because of the scalability in all the things, right? So Hadoop provides horizontal scalability. Hence, and also you can do parallel computation, because of which nowadays the data are available on cloud also. Sorry, the Hadoop system, Hadoop on cloud. Okay. And the data is available, but are those data are helpful in order for me to create the reports? Because each department head, their requirements are different. Okay, all the department, for example, you have a costing department, you have a category planning department, you have finance department, and you have the sales department, supply chain management department. The supply chain management, they want to do something like supply chain analytics, and the sales team, they want to do some kind of forecasting. They want to perform some kind of moving average, right? They want to generate a moving average kind of report. In different department, expectations are different. Okay, there will be some kind of overlap, but it is completely different of each department requirements. Okay, but, right, and also the data are available because these big companies, right, they have the stored the data, everything on cloud, and especially on Hadoop, the volume of data is very high. But though the volume of data is very high, in order to meet each department's reporting requirement, we need to create additional columns. For example, if somebody is asking you, so what is the net margin? I want in my report, I wanted to see the net margin across regions. Net margin I need, in addition to that, I need net margin percentage. And also I need to know the revenue. Okay, gross revenue or net revenue. I need to know the net revenue, net margin, and net margin percentage. But if you look at this data, you will have all this information except these informations. You need to create new columns based on the business logic or based on the business logic or business rule dictated by your each department managers or head, right? So they say, use a net margin. For this, you need to use some form like revenue minus the cost of goods sold divided by net revenue. Use this formula to compute the net margin. Okay. So into 100, if you give net margin percentage. So different, these are all called KPIs, key performance indicators. I will tell you what is KPIs. This stands for key performance indicators. As part of the dashboards, they wanted to see the important KPIs. I will show you down the line in today's session a few KPIs in insurance, right? I will show you a little later. And so, for example, so the point here is that, these are in order to create these KPIs or the additional columns, right? You need to create additional columns in addition to the existing. If you take the order transaction table data, you will have order ID, order number, line item, and the product key and customer key. All the columns are there, quantity and then list price, and you have something called sales and the tax. Everything will be there except these things. Okay, so that's why, because of raw data. So, and we need, with the existing raw data, what it is, we try to create new data. And also the raw data, in the sense, we are getting the data not only in a single file, we are getting the data from, multiple. For example, your manager wants to see monthly sales summary. So in that case, what happens is every day, the daily sales data, you are storing it in a single file, individual file. In some cases, every once in a week, they do roll forward all the things, rolling window mechanism strategies, they follow it. Okay. But some places, let's say the company where you joined, right? So there every day they are the daily sales only are available in each individual file. So in that case, you need to combine all these files into a single file, and then you need to produce your monthly sales data. In that case, you need to do a incremental refresh. If the data is available in flat file, you need to do incremental refresh. Or if the data is available in SQL Server, you don't have to do incremental refresh. But in that case, still, right, every month, month on month, you need to combine everything, right? So everything you need to put it in a single file. But again, guys, remember, the SQL Server is a data warehouse, right? So there let's say they hosted the data warehouse into an SQL Server. Though the data is available, they will not allow you directly here. Okay, so you may have to, and even for the data warehouse, the sources, their application databases. For example, there is another SQL Server. There, all the transactional data are available, OLTP. For example, let's take, for example, in the case of e-commerce, you are ordering the item on the web server, sorry, on their browser, right? So Amazon, you are ordering the products in the Amazon website. All these order related data gets stored in the OLTP environment. The day-to-day transactions, okay, this one will get pushed to your data warehouse. Some data are pushed on a daily basis, some data on weekly, monthly, fortnightly. Okay, there are different strategies. They use it to propagate the data from your source to the downstream data warehouse. Okay, so this data warehouse also you will not have access directly, but importantly for this OLTP system will not have access directly because it's a source system, highly secure. And if I allow you to access this one, so you will be while extracting the data, and if you do some data transformation, it will mess up your source system performance. End of the day, users cannot order the products on time. Okay, so that's the reason why they use something like staging area. All these things we will discuss. So don't worry. I will go in a very, very slow pace. Okay, I'll explain everything because you need to understand the entire thing. Okay. The big picture you need to understand first. Okay. And then only the tool specific. Okay. And then what we do is we extract the data stored in a flat file and then load it into data warehouse. From the data warehouse, we will be using Power BI tool, Power BI desktop to generate the report, everything. Okay. So here the data are, see, first of all, data should be available. Yes, data is available, but the data are all in the form of raw data. We need to create new columns or derived columns based on the existing column. We need to derive these variables or columns. Okay. Only then you can display the KPIs. Okay. So hence in order to derive these columns, right, you need to pull the data from your source system, and the data are not available in a single file. And again, in order to populate the data into more than one file and all, right, they use different architectures. Okay, different architecture. So they use some ETL tools like Azure Data Factory, right? So, or some people they're doing SSIS. Some people they use the Power Query editor itself to perform ETL. ETL stands for extract, transform, load the data. So you extract the data from source system, and then based on the business logic, you transform the data. Not only you derive the columns, in some cases, what will happen, the data, whatever the columns, for example, order date and shipped date, is available in my data file, but those data are got assigned with text data type. You need to convert those columns with the appropriate data type. I need to do formatting, and some file you will have some missing values. You need to replace the missing value with some zero or something like that. Okay, a lot of data transformations, data cleaning, you need to do it, and then only this data is ready to be consumed by your Power BI tool in order to generate the reports, KPIs, and so on. Okay, if your data is dirty data, it's something like Gigo, right? Garbage in, garbage out. See, in the Walmart, when I worked with Walmart, we posed a lot of data related challenges. Okay, so Gigo, garbage in, garbage out. If the data has garbage in it, dirty data, and if you produce a report, a dashboard, my dashboard is visually appealing. It's so nice, very good. The design has been done in a very fantastic way. Everything is good, but the values are not accurate. What is the point in saying a person looks very nice, but he has a lot of health problem, right? It's something like that. Okay, so your data should be clean. So that's where we do all kind of data processing, everything. And see, remember one thing, if somebody says business intelligence, it comprises of two things. Okay, and the ETL and reporting. As part of ETL, we do data cleaning, everything. Maybe you are using Power BI itself, okay, and you do ETL using Power BI, and then what you do is using Power BI report canvas, you create the reports, everything, and Power BI cloud service, you create dashboard, everything. Okay, there are two important stages are there as part of business intelligence. If you work in any reporting projects, you need to involve in ETL as well as reporting, but it depends on the project. If the project size is very big, there is a separate team for cleaning the data pre-processing, and there is a separate team for reporting and dashboarding. That's all. So using the business intelligence, you convert the raw data, and with the raw data, right? So what we do is we convert the raw data into meaningful data, right? And then what we do is with that, we are getting or extracting the meaningful insights via the reports or dashboards. But in a one-liner, right, business intelligence is nothing but a set of processes, technology, and architectures to transform your raw data into meaningful insights using the dashboards or reports. That's all. This is a simple dashboard. It's a insurance coverage related dashboard. If you see the number of customers, policies, premium amount, claim amount, right? So these are all called your KPIs. With this, you will get a quick glimpse of, for example, the C-level executive. Overall, the C-level executive, the CEO of the company and chief operating officer or chief financial officer, they are the C-level executive. They don't want to do a micromanagement at the macro level. What is happening? Just by taking a glimpse of this dashboard, they will get a quick idea. So how many customers we onboarded so far, and how many number of policies we customers purchased and bought it, and then what is the premium amount they are paying. So this is in terms of $41 million. Okay, so this is $3 million. So $41 million premium amount we are collecting it, and the $3 million only we paid claim to our customers so far. Then it is kind of good. And so this is basically a customer value analysis dashboard. It focuses the various aspects of the insurance coverage for varied employment statuses. Also look here, varied employment status, and also helps analyze the value of the future cash flows. Okay, so these are the so for example, when you look at this one, you will when they look at it here, right? So this is a female and male, and the female population, how many employed people they bought policies, right? So 13% of female employed females they bought the policies in suburban area, and employed. So net the male and female, if you look at it, the employed people in the suburban area, the percentage of buying the policies more compared to rural and urban. But in total, if you take all the compared to unemployed, the employed people, the percentage of contribution by the employed people are more in terms of purchasing the policies. Okay, so they are the one they are the one contributing more to your revenue. Okay, so and when the vehicle insurance claim amount by income slab, when you look at this, you can get a quick idea about this. These are the important reports, right? So which will be part of your dashboard, and these are the KPIs. These are your KPIs, right? Within the KPIs, there are 3 different colors. Each colors represent different things. This is employed. Look here, the legend has been given. So this color is employed, and this color is unemployed. This one is others. So when you look here, the employed people, here itself you can get a quick idea. So 62% of employed customers are there out of this one, right? So 9,134 are the total number of customers, out of which 62% of customers are employed, and 62% of the employed people only they bought policies, and again 62% of employed people only they claim the premium amount. So they paid premium amount. Their contribution is more. Okay, and 51% they claim. But if you see here, the 35% of the unemployed people, the claim amount is more. Okay, so maybe right, it's unemployed people, right? So unemployed and others. Okay, others. So you get a quick again when you look at this report policies. Which channel are we performing well? So in this case, agent. Still agent. The insurance agents are playing important role in terms of selling or marketing our policies. And second one is the branch, and third one is call center, next one is web. Okay, and by looking at this, you will get to know where we need to take a course correction. Are there any area for improvement? Just by looking at this, they will get an idea. So now with the raw data, whatever we have it, we just transform the data into more meaningful data. And then if you create a dashboard, so if it really makes sense, because the values are very accurate, very reliable. Okay, the dashboard looks very nice, but end of the day, the data are not reliable, right? So somebody says, no, this is wrong, this is not the correct number, then you are gone, right? So accuracy of the data should also be important. Hence, the data cleaning or data pre-processing is very much important. Fine. So now you understood what is business intelligence at a high level. And now we'll take a look at what is Power BI. Power BI is Microsoft product. It is called as self-service business intelligence tool. Right. So what do you mean by self-service business intelligence tool? With the help of Power BI tool, like Tableau and ClickSense, even those tools are also called as self-service business intelligence tool. So here you don't have to be a tech savvy to develop a simple report or medium complex report. You don't have to be a tech savvy. Simply drag and drop it. Okay, you don't have to be a very sound. Technically, you don't have to be a sound guy. Okay, so anybody though anybody installed Power BI desktop, they can develop a report, but they'll have to spend a little bit of time in terms of exploring the tool. Once they explore it, they can develop reports on their own, the basic reports and those kind of things they can do it. That is the reason why they call it self-service business intelligence tool. So now the question is, does that mean, then why should I undergo training? Why should I take a deep dive in Power BI? So see, nowadays companies, they are not interested in viewing only the day-to-day reports. They want to perform advanced analytics, right? So advanced analytics, that's where we have something called DAX. DAX stands for data analytics expression. As part of Power BI DAX, you have close to 500 plus built-in functions are available, okay, using which you can perform advanced analytics. When you perform advanced analytics, the more advanced you do it, obviously you will gain more insights. With armed with more insights, you can do more wonders, right? You will get to know more about your business, and you will get to know what strategy you can apply in terms of increasing your revenue further and cut down the cost. All the things you can do it. But the DAX, learning the DAX, that is where the learning curve is little bit steep. That's where I'm here to help you out to reduce your learning curve. Okay. So using Power BI, you can perform both ETL. You can perform data transformation, and also you can do report creation, dashboarding. But if they were, now you might be asking this question, okay, I can do ETL everything with Power BI, then what is SSIS? Why the hell they are asking about SSIS in the job description? Maybe that customer is already, they bought SSIS, they are using, already their jobs are running using SSIS. Okay, so everything is automated already. Okay, and now they wanted to use only the Power BI tool to generate the reports, those kind of things. So in that kind of situation, they'll expect you to be familiar with SSIS. Nowadays, most of the customer, they are using Azure Data Factory to perform data integration related tasks. Okay, we'll touch upon ADF also. Don't worry, guys. Okay, and at the end of the session, right, after completing the SQL Server and Power BI, we'll cover the Azure Cloud as well as the ADF part also some extent. Okay, but you cannot be, there is a adage, right? So you cannot be a master of what do you say, joker of all, master of nothing, right? I don't want you guys to end up into that kind of situation. That's the reason why we'll focus predominantly on SQL part and then Power BI. So here itself will cover the basic, intermediate, advanced skill. So right, so the advanced topics. And in addition to that, if you get learned with the ADF fundamentals of ADF and Azure, this one will complement your skill set. So when the employer see your profile, this, they should think that you're an asset for the company. Oh, she knows SQL Server, she knows Power BI, and she knows ADF, she knows Azure. Very good. But at the time of interview, you can tell them, so I'm very good with these two, but I have a fundamental or basic knowledge in ADF and Azure cloud. Okay, because everything is on cloud nowadays. Don't forget that. Okay. Okay, the next part is, just give me a second. I'm getting some calls. Okay. Okay, the next question is, why Power BI? Why not Tableau and other tools? When even using Tableau and ClickSense, another reporting tool, we can, we can develop the reports. And even those tools also support the features somewhat similar to Power BI. Then why should I go for Power BI? Why a lot of customers now, they are running after Power BI? Guys, believe me or not, so a couple of projects where I involved, right? When I worked with the TCS, they want us to migrate their existing Tableau reports to Power BI. The number one reason is the cost. Cost is very cheaper when it comes to Power BI. The Power BI desktop, with Power BI desktop itself, you can develop reports. You can do data model design with Power BI desktop. Dimensional data modeling, you can do it with the Power BI desktop. For example, star schema, schema, if you want to create it, you can create it. Or if you want to create a snowflake schema, you can create it. Data modeling is possible, reporting is possible. Okay, and data cleaning and the ETL is also possible with Power BI desktop at free of cost. zero cost. Okay, you don't have to pay any licensing cost. There is no limited version. Okay, it's not a trial version like Tableau and all, right? You can use it only for 15 days. After 15 days, you have to purchase a Tableau only, then it will work. Even if you reinstall your operating system, all right, and if you try to install a Tableau, it will not work. So, okay, so the Power BI desktop, it is very good, and right, so you don't have to pay even a single penny to download and install it. So it can work as long as you want it. And the beauty is every once in 2 months, they are keep introducing new features. You can go to their website and download the new version of the Power BI desktop, and you can leverage the features recently introduced. Okay, the number one reason why customers are running out of Power BI is the free of cost, the Power BI. But the one limitation with Power BI desktop is once you create the reports, everything, you cannot share it with users. If you want to deploy the reports, whatever you developed it in your laptop, right? So you cannot publish it on cloud. If you want to publish it on cloud, you need to buy a license, Power BI Cloud Services. Okay, so don't panic when you say cloud service. You can go to Power BI's site and then you can sign up there. You're all set. Okay, and there you can go and create folders, right? So once you publish the report on Power BI Cloud Service, if anything available on cloud, anybody can access it across the cloud, right? So that is advantage. You can share your report to your internal stakeholders, those scattered geographically across different locations. Okay, whether you are in Cincinnati or you are in San Jose or San Francisco, wherever you may be. Okay, so or in India or somewhere, even if you live in a hamlet, if you have net connection or if you have mobile phone, right, you can connect it to the cloud and you can see the report if you have access to it. Okay, so with Power BI Cloud Service, only we can share the reports. We can give we can set up row level security, everything. Okay, setting up the security and sharing the reports to the respective stakeholders, everything is possible with Power BI Cloud Services. Okay, but this involves licensing cost. And but the thing is, right, 60 days for us, it is free for developers, right? If you want to learn Power BI, 60 days it is free. And for enterprises, obviously they go for the licensed one. Okay, even the Power BI Cloud license is not so costlier compared to other tools that are available in the market. Okay, so the second reason is not only cost is cheaper, and also it offers a lot of features. Okay, maximum number of features. It supports, importantly, the artificial intelligence features are also available as part of Power BI. And if you compare with other tools in the market, it supports a lot of features. You can write close to 1,000+ different functions, like built-in functions, like M functions and DAX functions. You can create it. Okay, and approximately you can use 280+ visuals. Visuals in the sense the chart, like a clustered bar chart, or if you want to create the stacked bar chart, right? Or if you want to create 100% stacked bar chart, a Gantt chart, you name it, anything, everything is available as part of Power BI, the charts. Okay, this feature is available in other tool. It's there, but it's not that much in quantity. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say here. And the next one is the data connectivity. With Power BI, you can bring in data from 100+ data sources. So you can get the data from flat files, big data, Hive, SQL, Oracle, SAP HANA, and Parquet file, you name anything. Okay, so OneDrive. Okay, so you can bring the data from OneDrive and SharePoint. So it can pull data from any data source, right? So you can pull the data from structured, semi-structured, unstructured data sources using Power BI. It has a greater capability in terms of data connectivity. Okay, a lot of connectivity, the connectors are available with Power BI desktop. So that is also the reason why a lot of customers now they are running after Power BI. Okay, not only cost and also the features, right? Features and flexibility, right? So that is more important. So everything is available with this tool. That's the reason why most of the customers now they are, even the Tableau users now they are running after Power BI. They are migrating all the reports from Tableau to Power BI. When we ask them, we are literally awestruck. The main reason is cost. The cost is very high with the Tableau. Okay. Okay, guys, it's time now for us to understand the architecture of the Power BI environment. Let's say you are a doctor. You should be knowing the human anatomy, right? Where the brain is there, where the kidney is there, where the heart is there. Even if you are not a cardiac surgeon, you should be knowing the anatomy, right? And especially if you are an ENT doctor, you should be knowing the ear, nose, throat related anatomy very well, right? Similarly, if you are a developer, even though you are a data analyst, you are going to be data analyst, and knowing the architecture, how the pieces are working together or interacting with each other behind the scene, it is very much important. Okay, it is always good so that you can get into a consultant level. For example, now you are, let's say once you complete the training program successfully, and if you right, so let's say once you clear the interview, when you get positioned as a data analyst, your salary is reasonably good compared to your present salary. It is really awesome. Okay, you got placed as a data analyst. Later point in time, you can explore what all the licensing features are available, what are the limitations are available with each licensing, each licensing capacity, and right, so which licensing we can propose it to the customer end to end. If you know, you can become a consultant. Once you become a consultant, your salary is awesome. So even a couple of guys called me in Bangalore. They said, they are okay to pay 30 lakhs for Power BI consultants. They want the end-to-end solution. Customers looking for end-to-end solutions in Power BI, including Power Automate. There is something called Power Automate, using which they want to automate the report, everything end-to-end. They want to automate it. Okay, the Power Apps. And if you know everything, right, you can say consultant. The more you learn, the more skill set you have, obviously your salary will go high. You don't have to run after job. Automatically it will come after you. You will become more sought after guy. Okay, so that's the reason why understanding the architecture is also very much important. So now let us take a look at how these pieces interact with each other. So there are two sides of this architecture. If you see here, right, you'll see a dashed line here. Just above this, you'll see the cloud, and just below this, you can see the on-premise. So what is the on-premise? On-premise is nothing but your physical server located in your office and maintained inside your office premises. The cloud is the virtual server. Okay, the servers are maintained by the cloud service provider, like Microsoft Cloud is Azure, and Amazon Cloud Service is called AWS, and Google Cloud Service, Google Cloud Platform. Okay, likewise, different cloud service providers are there. So these are the three leading cloud players. Okay, especially the AWS ranks number one, and then Azure also ranks number 2 or 3. Okay, they are the leading player. So you don't have to have the headache of buying or investing more money in buying an expensive server. You don't have to buy expensive server to store your humongous amount of data. Okay, and on top, you don't have to hire more number of admin people. Okay, buying a server is not sufficient. You need to hire a Windows administrator, or you need to hire a Linux administrator. On top, you need to hire another guy, right? So who is very good with the RAID configuration to set up the failover environment. In case of one server fails, automatically the user should get routed to another server. You don't have to worry about all these things. So all you need to do, just go to AWS or Azure, go and simply sign up, and you can, whatever the resources that you needed, you can go and select it and make the payment. You can, so they rent all these servers, right, on a rental basis. They hire all these things, the servers. Simply go and sign up whatever you need on a rental basis. You take it up and then run your applications there. Okay, it's all on demand thing. Once you complete your analysis, and if you think you don't, once you generate a report, then why you need these resources, right? You can go and stop these services so that you will not be charged. Okay, so on demand. Okay, so you can on the go, you can pay on the go. So if you need to add additional servers, you can add it. Once your need is over, you can, if you want to decommission certain servers, you can decommission it. Okay, that is the beauty of the cloud thing. Okay, and also the importantly, the security. you know very well, right? So there is a lot of threat when it comes to security, no matter what the softwares that whatsoever maybe the software that use it to protect your environment from the hackers, still our data are prone to security threat. So if you, even if you buy a server, right, so you need to buy an, you need to hire a Windows administrator, Linux administrator, and again you need to hire the developers, and you need to hire a manager, and you need to hire the security manager, and you need to hire the the person who can configure the failover server, everything, and you need to hire people to monitor your this room, right, the server room, everything. That headache you don't have to have it here. Everything is taken care by them. Simply go and sign up, and whichever the server or resource that you needed, go and go on a rental basis, and then deploy your applications, since your applications are already available. And also the security patches. See, on top, right, every now and then you need to keep apply the patches like Windows updates, right? Every now and then you need to keep keep yourself Windows up to date by applying the updates. Those headache and all, you don't have to have it here. So everything they are taking care. Okay, you can focus only on the strategic area. In the case of cloud, all I need is a server, and need to deploy the data. Security, everything they are taking care, they are taking care of it. They are giving assurance for security. Our data will be safe, so you don't have to worry about so many unnecessary things. It's not unnecessary things, though it is very critical, right? You don't have to pay much attention in those kind of things. Okay, you can focus on the strategic area, the cloud. So on premise, yes, you will have to buy server. Let's say in your office you are buying an expensive server, all the things you do it, right? That is called your on service, so on premise thing. So as you can see here, right, this is my Power BI desktop. You can go to Microsoft website and you can download it and install it. It's free of cost. And once you download, install, let's say your application, your organization data are available in cloud across different source systems. This is some data are available in Salesforce, some data are available in Azure SQL server, and Excel. The data are available. Excel data are available in cloud. Let's say you have something called Dataverse. The Dataverse, the data are available because of security reasons, other thing, right? They upload it there. And even the Azure, some storage system, some files are available there. So in that case, let's say your data are available on cloud, but you have installed Power BI Desktop in your laptop or in your local server. So you can still, using Power BI Desktop, you can establish a connection with heterogeneous sources. Okay, different sources you can connect it, and you can bring in the data to your Power BI Desktop, and then you can integrate these data, and you can do data transformation, data cleaning, everything. Once your data is ready and clean, then you can create a report using Power BI Desktop itself, and then you can publish the report on Power BI Cloud Service. This is a licensed one, as I said, licensed one. And once you deploy the report on cloud, the reports, with the reports, right, you can create dashboard. There is a subtle difference between report and dashboard. You cannot create a dashboard using Power BI Desktop. With Power BI Cloud Service, you can do everything. You can create report, you can create dashboard, but one exception, you cannot do data modeling here. Now, as of today, right, you cannot do data modeling here, but still you need to do the dimensional or data modeling here only. But once you publish it on cloud, you can share it to your users. Okay, let's say you want to share these reports with 50 users, reporting users. For example, VP sales and VP finance and operational managers, category planning managers, marketing people, sales people. You want to share it, you can share these reports. You can give privileges and you can share it to those people. So those people have privileges. They can go and access these reports which got deployed it on cloud, irrespective of the location where they are, they can see it. Okay, and apart from this, you have something on mobile service. You can download Power BI using your Google Play Store and install it in your mobile phone itself, so that on the go you can connect to Power BI Cloud Service. You can view the report and you can make the decisions on the go. Okay, based on the report, based on the insights, whatever you get it while viewing the report, you can make the decisions on the go. Okay, and next one is the data gateway. Data gateway is also a piece of software. When you publish a report to the cloud, along with the report, the data also getting published automatically using data gateway. So data gateway is helpful in terms of publishing the report as well as the data in a safe and secured manner to your Power BI cloud service. And also, if you wanted to access the data that is available in local server from cloud, you can use data gateways. Right? Data gateway is helpful. Okay, it's this kind of an agent or bridge using which you can access the data from cloud to your local server. Okay, and also let's say you have published 400 reports on cloud. Okay, and these 400 reports can be accessed by, let's know, the respective people across the globe. Let's say out of the 400 reports, 100 reports are daily summary report. These 100 report should show the day-to-day data in it. It should not show the the previous week or previous day sales. Whenever I open these reports, right, 100 reports, it should show only the current data, today's data, right? So in that case, incremental refresh to keep your reports up to date. You need to keep update your reports, right? So you need to incrementally refresh the data in these reports so that these reports will have up-to-date data. So these are all possible with data gateway. Using data gateway, you can schedule the data refresh. Okay, you can schedule daily data refresh. You can schedule weekly, monthly, fortnightly. Everything is possible with data gateway. Okay. So now you understood what is Power BI cloud service. Okay, using the Power BI cloud service, it's a web interface, okay, using which you can interact, you can create an interactive report and you can develop dashboards. You can share the developed dashboards with the relevant users and you will have an admin control. You can design your mobile dashboards. So you don't need to install anything when it comes to Power BI cloud service. All you need is a browser and you go and sign up. That's it. You're all set, okay? And the next one is the data gateway. I already explained it. It's a bridge between your on-premises and the cloud services. It is software. It is required to access data situated in an on-premises network. Okay, so for example, even your laptop, right? I will explain you how to install all things later point in time. Don't worry. So data gateway. Without data gateway, you cannot read the data from your cloud to your data desktop, okay, or laptop. Everything will show you, don't worry. Okay, we will do it everything step by step whenever I touch upon the each specific topic. Okay, so and we have something also, report server. Report server is something like an add-on. If you want, this is also a licensed one like Power BI cloud service. You might be asking this question, so whatever, so then when I have a Power BI cloud service, with that if I can do everything, then why should I need a report server? It depends on your requirement. For example, your data is highly secured, so even though the cloud service providers, they promise us that the data will be secured, everything, once we publish it, but at the time of publishing it, right, so while publishing it, it is still prone to hack. People can hack it, your data. Okay, so then if you think your data is, or the data in your reports are very sensitive, then you can go for a local server. You can buy a server and you can publish the highly secure data into a report server. Those data are not so highly secure, right? You can publish it on cloud. Those data are very, very secure or sensitive, then you can publish on report server. So in the case of bank and all, this is important. Okay, so they need to have two different things. A report server they'll have to buy, and cloud service also they need to have it, right? But you, in the case, if it is not a highly sensitive thing, you don't have to buy a report server. Okay. All right. So now you understood what is a report server. It is an on-premises one. You can publish the report into your report server instead of Power BI cloud service. And these two are licensed one. Still, whatever you can do with Power BI cloud service, you cannot do it with report server. For example, if you want to create dashboard, I can do it here only, but you cannot create dashboard here. Okay, apart from this, the rest of the thing you can do it. Okay, you can create a report, everything you can do it, but dashboard creation is possible only in Power BI cloud service. The next one is we have something as a report builder. This report builder is different from report server. What is this report builder? The report builder, with this, you can develop the paginated reports. Paginated reports. What do you mean by paginated reports? You can develop pixel perfect reports. For example, you want to print an invoice or delivery notes receipts, right? The quality of the pixel should be very good, right? So in that kind of situation, you can go for report builder. Even this involves licensing cost. Apart from this, we have something that's called embedded. It is an Azure service. It enables business to embed your Power BI's analytical capabilities into other applications. For example, I developed a report or dashboard and published on cloud. And also I want to embed that report or dashboard into my website. That is possible with Power BI embedded. Okay, and if you have that much of that requirement, then you'll have to buy this. This one also involves licensing cost. But for us to learn the Power BI desktop, we don't have to invest any money in terms of buying the license. All you need is a reasonably good laptop. If you have 4 GB or 8 GB RAM is enough. And if your hard disk, especially in the C drive, if you have 150 GB or 100 GB free space, that is more than sufficient. Okay, now we will take a look at the Power BI desktop components. So this is what the Power BI desktops. We have seen all the components that forms part of the architecture. Now we will take a deep dive of this specific Power BI desktop tools components. So in the Power BI desktop, there are 3 components are there. The one is the Power Query. So I always relate this with kitchen, our home kitchen. We do in our kitchen, right? Let's say you bought a meat and you cut the meat and then you clean the meat and then you mix all the recipes with the meat, right? And then only you start cooking it. So in the kitchen, we do all kind of cleaning everything, right? And including cooking, right? So in Power Query Editor, using Power Query Editor, you can do data cleaning, everything. Data transformation, data cleaning, data scrubbing, everything you can do it in Power Query Editor. Remember this. So once your data is clean, next step is we do the data modeling. This is very specific to Power BI tool. In Tableau and ClickSense, you don't have to do data modeling. One way it is good, you are going to learn the data modeling also. If you learn data modeling also, right, you can say you are going, you can become a consultant in the short run. Okay, the more the chances are that you can become a consultant. Once you become a consultant, you can demand a lot. Okay, so data modeling we can do. What is data modeling? Data modeling, here I mentioned about the dimensional data modeling. Dimensional data modeling. So what do you mean by dimensional data modeling? Something like blueprint. You just think, right? You need to, before you build a house, you need to have the blueprint. So, right, without having a blueprint, if you construct a house, what will happen? Later point in time, if you realize I made a mistake, right? Instead of keeping a tap in my additional tap in my kitchen, I kept it in my living room, right? So if you want to do an alteration later point in time, it involves a lot of effort, right? Similarly, right? So that's the reason why we first create the blueprint and then only we construct the house. Similarly, before you build any application, you need to do the data modeling. As for the dimensional data modeling, what it is, what are the tables that are required to build the report, right? Just because, by consulting 1 or 2 people in a company, or if they ask you develop these reports, we don't blindly go and create only those tables, right? So for example, if you are going to develop a report for supply chain department, right? Supply chain. Let's say each companies, they have supply chain, manufacturing company especially, right? Manufacturing, and even the company, the e-commerce company, they have supply chain. So in the supply chain, right? Let's say you contact a manager, they want 2 reports. Just because he asked 2 reports blindly, we don't create 2 reports. Again, for the supply chain, we talk to all the stakeholders, the VP supply chain, and the managers supply chain, and across the locations we will call everyone in a single meeting, and then we'll discuss them. Apart from these reports, you need anything else? We understand the complete requirements from the supply chain department, and then we will come up with all the tables that are required to create the reports. Okay, so all the tables, right? And then we create the relationship between the tables. But in Power BI, creating the relationship between the tables are very much important. Only then your report will be accurate. So at this moment, you just think it is something like a blueprint. So using Power Pivot, we can do dimension, we can do data modeling. We will identify all the tables and we create the relationship between the tables. Once you are done, this is step 1 and step 2 and step 3 is Power BI. Once you done your blueprint, once you have a solid blueprint in place, then you go and create the reports using Power BI. That's all, guys. Okay. So I'm done with today's session. So this is the workflows, right? So obviously you need to have the data. Without data, you cannot do any reporting, right? So even if you have the data should be clean. This is the second step, right? As per the workflow we do it, second phase we do it, right? And then what it is, once we transform the data in the required format, then we load the data into Power BI desktop or into data warehouse, and then we do model blueprint. Okay, and then what we do is we'll create the reports. Okay, hope with this you are able to understand the big picture. When if you develop any report, this is the common workflow that we follow it. Okay, so this is what I said. Power Query is a kind of a kitchen using which we do data cleaning, everything. And then using Power Pivot, we do the blueprint or data modeling design. Okay, dimension data modeling, and then we are creating the reports. Pretty simple, right? And the next thing is, so these are the Power BI installation files. You need to install Power BI desktop. So free. And Power BI service, I will tell you when you need to sign up on their website. Now you don't do it. Okay, and too early to do that. And report server is a trial version is available. Okay, and again it is not required. And Excel you must be having it. Report builder is also free. Okay, if you want to create a page in reports, nowadays it is available as part of Power BI desktop itself, but still it is a free one. Okay, and that's all. Okay, and Python with Power BI or with Power BI, so you can install Power BI also. Probably I can help you Python. Okay, later point in time. Okay. So this is the important thing. Okay, this is the important thing. First, we are going to focus on installing the Power BI desktop. Okay, it is absolutely free, and also the the Power BI Pro licensed one also very cheaper. Supposing due to the limitations with Power BI desktop, right? And if you want to go for the licensed one, the cloud one, okay, the pros are Power BI Pro. Even this one costs $10 per user per license. Per user per license, just $10 only per month. Okay, this is important. Okay, $10 per user per month. It costs very cheaper only. Okay, anyone can afford $10. Premium is obviously little bit costlier. Okay, but with the premium you will not have any limitations, guys. At the time of interview, now itself I'll tell you, they'll ask you in the project, the current project, whatever you are working on it, are they which license are they using it? Make sure that you are telling them Power BI Premium. Okay, all the enterprises, they are using premium only. Okay, because with premium you will not have any limitations, the storage limitations. Okay, all the things it will not be there. You can it has a lot of flexibility. Okay, you need to remember this at the time of interview. Okay, we are using premium for learning purpose. You can use free, and you can use 60-day trial period. That is more than sufficient. Even after that, if that expires, you can afford for pro also $10 per user till you get a job, right? You can go and use your card and pay $10 per month, right? So this, it's not a big money. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. And the licensing part, we'll discuss it later point. At this moment, it is, I don't want to overwhelm you with so many things in the first session, sir. Now let us go to the Power BI. We'll go to the Microsoft site, and we will see how we can download and install Power BI desktop and download Power BI desktop. Just type Power BI, download Power BI desktop in your browser. Okay, and then you can look here. So the first link itself has that has a downloadable thing. link. Okay, you just click on this link, downloads, or else I will just copy paste this in the chat window. You can go and go to this site and then download the, you can go to this site, okay, to download this one, Power BI Desktop. And once you go to this website and look at the chat window, I shared the link, okay, for the downloadable link, okay. And if you scroll down a bit, you will find the advanced download options. So advanced download options, you need to go and click on the advanced download options. Don't click on this one, click on the advanced download options. I meant about this one. I need to click on this one, advanced download options. Okay, click on this one. It will take you to the next page. And if you scroll down a bit, you will find the language. If you click on this drop down menu here, you will find different languages. Obviously, we need only the English language. Click on the download and select the first one. When you click on the download, it will show two options. Almost all of us are using 64-bit, right, operating system. Hence, I would strongly recommend you to select this one. And the next step is very simple one. Click on the hit this next button. Hit this next button. You are all set. The download will get initiated. Look at here. See, the download is being downloaded now. Let's wait for some time. Once the download is over, it is pretty simple. It's an exe file. And once this file gets downloaded successfully, just click on the exe file, and then it will open up the installation window. Keep click on next, close your eyes and keep click on next, and it will get installed. And I believe most of you have the Windows 10 or so, right? Okay, so even some laptop guys, they came here and they installed the Windows in my laptop. I just paid them $800 or $600. They installed it, okay, and it's working fine. But there are students, they are complaining. They were getting rarely few students, one or two students, they complain. And then I suggested them, better you can uninstall, you can call somebody else, reinstall the Windows after they install it. Rarely it happen, okay. So there, but otherwise it's very simple one installation. Got it? So this is a right click on it. Just right click on the downloaded file. Say I use the Google Chrome. 1 second, let me just, okay. So this right click on it, show in folder, and then it will take you here, right? So the exe file, okay, and just double click on it. I think I downloaded already 12 times, okay, and click on the run. This is the one, right? It'll open up the installation window. You don't have to do anything. Simply go by the default options. English language, click on next. It will prompt you for, it will ask you for your confirmation, whether you want to go ahead and install it. Yes, click on it. Don't worry, I'll share this today's session video to you all. You can also watch it and then you can start practice. Those of you already installed this one, you can probably drop off, okay. And let's wait for some time. It will take for a while. And then the next one, when you hit the next button here, it will show you the installation folder, C: program files, right? It will show you. You don't have to make any changes. Simply click next, install it. But the guys, don't do a mistake. We need to install SQL Server also. Make sure that in C drive, at least you have 100 GB space or 75 GB space. So one guy, what he did, he installed SQL Server here, and then he started installing SSMS in the D drive because of space issue. In total, he was having just 250 GB only, both C and D drive put together. In C drive, oddly, he was having 30 GB or 20 GB space only, okay. and then install the SQL Server here, and then SSMS install it, and then it is not working fine. Since, okay, it'll, compute the space requirements. Okay, if it finds, yes, you have sufficient space, then the next button will be enabled. When you hit this next button, it will show you the path where it will install. Okay, you simply go by the default setting, don't make any changes, hit the next button until you see the install. Okay, when you click on the install button, you need to wait for some time. The installation will proceed. Okay, it will take some time. After a while, you can see something like installation was successful. Once you find installation successful, you need to restart your laptop and then go to this start button. In the search thing, you just type Power BI Desktop. Okay, that's all. Once you click this one, once you type it here, you'll find Power BI Desktop app here, and you can either click on this thing icon or you can click on the open on the right side. When you click on it, your Power BI Desktop tool will get launched. It is a very simple tool, okay, very easy to learn. If you are quite new into software, don't worry. This is the first place where you need to learn it if you want to get into the software company, because very, very simple tool. But only thing is 2 months. If you dedicate time, only weekends, that's all here. And you can watch my videos in my website. In my website, even the previous batch videos are available. You can go there and watch it. Almost 120 plus videos are there. So even for the current batch live session also, I'll record and I'll share it to you all. Strictly, you spend every day 2 hours. So let's per week, if you spend 5 hours in total, that is more than sufficient. 7 days, if you spend 5 hours, excluding the training time. Okay. I think some problem with my, some maintenance work is going on my website. Okay, it will be available probably later tonight. Okay, so look here. So this is the one, right? So that's all here. It's pretty simple. I just launched the Power BI Desktop, which I already installed it. Since I already installed it, I just click on cancel. Okay, I just click on cancel it, and look here, it's being launched. Okay, let's wait for some time. Don't worry whether I get a job or not, right? So there are, there are, will I get a job? I said, don't worry. Okay, you will definitely get a job, but you need to work hard, along with me. Okay. So believe me or not, instead of learning Java, instead of wasting time, right? So it's not a wasting time. Java requires a lot of learning curve. And also, even after you learn Java, even after you complete the training program, right, it will take time for you to understand everything. But once they put you into real-time project, you are gone. Okay, very difficult. You need to write lines and lines of code. Whereas here it is not like that. Okay, most of them are drag and drop. Only thing is the data pre-processing, and that is on the DAX part, right? You will pose challenges, but compared to other programming language, very easy to learn. This is your Power BI Desktop. Okay, it's pretty simple. So once you launch the Power BI Desktop, it will open up something like this. And the first one is your welcome screen. You just click on the cross here. Look here, and then that's all. This is your Power BI Desktop. So I was talking about these three components, right? So the Power View, Power Query, and Power Pivot. I just quickly show you where it is there. So this is my Power BI Desktop. So this is what your Power View. Okay, by default, you will see the report canvas. This is called your, sorry, I mistakenly pressed Control W. It will take a lot of time. So the whatever we have seen, right, that is what your this thing, the report view, that is where we create all the reports. So, okay, 1 second, let me just mistakenly pressed Control W. When you press Control W, time, 1 second, let me just do it. So what you're seeing here, right? This is what your Power BI desktop, and by default, it will open up with the report canvas. Okay, I closed it. So what we will do is, right, if you guys are okay, we will continue the session tomorrow also for 1 hour. Okay. And then this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we will continue. But going forward, we will have the session on weekend itself, and weekdays, I will give you some assignment, right? So you can, so that you will be occupied during weekdays also. Okay. And here, this is what I was talking about, right? So this is what the welcome screen, click on it. And this is what your Power BI canvas. This is where what you are seeing here, right? Oh my God, again, I pressed mistakenly that W. I think it is opening something else. Okay, good. So this is the one. So this is what your, this thing. Power Pivot. Okay, this is where we can create the blueprint, the so-called blueprint, which is nothing but your data model design. We do it here, and this is what you are seeing here, right? The white color thing, right? So this is what your report canvas. This is where we create all our reports. For example, you have some visualization plane. Click on this visual. This is a chart. If you want to create a clustered column chart, or if you want to create the tree map chart, you can create everything. And with get data, you can load the data, whichever file. For example, CSV file. CSV stands for comma separable file. You can click on it, load the data file. And once you load the data file, you can create the visuals, everything. Okay. So, and the next one is the kitchen. I was talking about the kitchen. This is very important. So look here. You have something called transform data. Under this home ribbon, you will find something called transform data. And then what we do is you click on this one, and the first one is transform data. When you click on it, it will open the Power Query detail. This is where we do all kind of data cleaning. This provide a lot of features in the Power Query data in order to perform data cleaning, data transformation, everything. Look here, transpose. If you want to transpose the data, it is possible. If you want to do the pivoting and unpivoting, everything is possible. And if you want to reverse the rows, you can do it. And we have group by option. A lot of features are available. We can do merge and append everything. And I will compare the merge and append with SQL queries also. Don't worry. What is left outer join? What is right outer join? How we can do it with Power Query Editor? How we can do it with SQL Server? And tomorrow's session, I will show you how to download and install SQL Server and SQL Server Management Studio. Those of you do not have laptop, don't worry. Once you get, I guess few of you already ordered, right? So you might get a laptop next week. So, right. So this week you just watch my videos. Okay. And once you get your laptop, you start install it by watching my video. If you still get stuck up every day between 12:30 to 3 p.m. I'll be available. Because I'm doing work from home. Even I work for some other company, right? Bangalore based company. And that time you can ping me in case of any issues. I'll help you out. Okay. But it should be reasonable. Okay. Some guys, right, simply they try something for every command, right? They take the screenshot, they keep sending it to me. Try it on your one. This is a weekend course only, but still you can ask me the pointed questions. Okay. It should be reasonable, right? So everything is one guy, simply he took a screenshot and he said, right, so some data loading, I don't find, everything is available here. Strictly, if you follow my video, you can do it. You can watch my video strictly and then you follow it. And even after that, if you get stuck, you can call me. Okay. So that's all. So the using the power, this is Power Query Editor, using which you can do data cleaning, everything. And this is where we create the charts and reports, everything we create. And this is where we do the data model design. Okay, that is, look here, these lines are called your relationship between the tables. Okay. Fine. Guys, it's already 10 to 21. Okay, so what we will do is we'll continue the same time tomorrow. Please bear with me only this week. Okay, and also we will continue this Saturday and Sunday also. And from followed by this weekend, we are going to have only weekend session. Okay, and few of you, yes, every Tuesday and Thursday that I will discuss it. Abhinaya, And Monica, you preferred weekdays, right? And Abhinaya and Raja and other three guys, they preferred weekdays. Weekdays, every Tuesday and Thursday it will be there. And tomorrow alone, you just bear with me, okay? And this weekend, those people opted for weekdays, you don't have to attend weekend, okay? If you can attend it, it is good. Only if this weekend, if you can attend, that is more than sufficient. But if you say no, it is not possible, fine. We will go separate plan for you, okay? We will have a separate plan for you, don't worry. All right, guys, any questions? See, job, don't worry. Will I get job? See, I have trained even the BCom students and the mechanical student, even the, but you take any industry, analytics is very common, right? Analytics very common. Even in the healthcare hospital, they do analytics. And even if you go to insurance company, they do analytics. Even the stock market, they do analytics. Even the energy department, they do analytics. Analytics is common everywhere. Okay, hence, projecting yourself as a data analyst is not a big deal, but projecting yourself as an artificial, that's where the challenge. Okay, that's a long-term project. It's 5 months or 6 months. I successfully placed many people, even USA, and they're all in much better opportunity. Even in India, they are getting 30 lakhs, and those guys I contacted recently, right? They're all minimum salaries 1 lakh per month. They are getting it take home, believe me or not, okay? The data scientist, even data analyst, right? So the recent students upfront, they are getting now 74,000 take home. In most of them in Bangalore I placed, and Pune also, few of them I placed it, okay? So hence, don't worry, okay? But once you strictly dedicate your time, right, that's it. Like a college, we spent 3 years or 4 years. That's why MBA students, right? A couple of them, they contacted you. You spend 2 years time in MBA. You spend a lot of money. Well, forget about money, time, right? By the time you complete MBA, your college mates, right? They would have got 2 years experience instead of doing MBA. Had they got into a job as soon as they completed the graduation, they got 2 years experience. But even after completing MBA, they'll ask experience, all the things, right? You don't have to worry. Definitely you'll get a job, but work hard. And we will have a lot of interview preparation sessions and mock sessions. And with that, I can help you out. Okay. So, and again, we have some tie-ups in Bangalore, Chennai, and Pune also. Those companies expect us to share only top 3 or top 5 profiles. But guys, couple of people, they ask this question, Power BI, do we have opening? Nowadays, we don't see open. Yes, still openings are there. Believe me or not, even my student, 2 days back, NeoCoent, a startup company in Bangalore, he cleared in 10.4 lakh salary. All he got is offer letter. Okay, so don't worry about do your, see, if you don't learn this tool, what will happen? You will live with the same, job, right? It's a very mundane, monotonous job, underpaid job. Even for this, you need to go weekends, right? And every day you need to spend 13 to 14 hours for the low paid job, right? Mundane job. But if you do it, especially those of you who have done your graduation 3 years back, 4 years back, it's cakewalk to place you guys. Don't worry. That is more than sufficient. Okay, we are successful in placing them. We take care of the placement. Don't worry. You have to trust me. That's all. Okay. Because my juniors, my peers, they are all working in all the leading companies in Bangalore, Pune, and Chennai, even Mumbai. They're all into senior position. Okay. So because of rapport and the relationship, right? So they get back to us whenever there is an opening. Even Bangalore with Deloitte, there is an opening now for Power BI consultant. They are ready to pay 30 lakhs, but they are not getting the good, profile. Most of them are fake profile, and they have only off knowledge. They need intern because it's all real time. They are dealing with billions and billions of records. Okay, in that case, the job should not fail, and you don't have time to test. For example, to do a data transformation for 0.1 million, 1 billion, 0.3 billion data, it takes a lot of time. And once you run your job, and if it takes 1 week time or 4 days time, after 4 days, if the job fails because of the wrong logic that you used it, Again, right, you need to rerun it. You need to fix your logic, rewrite your logic, or you need to kill the job. It's all painful thing. Okay, here we cannot do too much of trial and error. That's the reason why they need experienced people for that person. But for data analysis, don't worry. But you need to be serious. Okay, you have to dedicate your time. Just spending 2 to 2.5 months, what is there, right? Dedicate your time. That's all. Fine, guys. Thanks for your time. Tomorrow, I request you all to join. Okay, the Preeti. Okay, you paid the fees, right? Okay, I'll just check and I'll come back to you. Okay, and yeah, I'll just get back. I have your WhatsApp number. I will send you. So you transfer now, right? Okay, I will do that. Okay, initial payment immediate. Very good. Okay, fine, guys. Tomorrow you can join. Okay, and tomorrow and this Saturday and Sunday. That's all. Okay, afterwards I will not disturb you. And next Saturday, Sunday we'll circle back. Okay, and tomorrow night we are going to circle back. All right. Fine. Okay. Bye bye. Take care.